It's Animal Radio. And if you're like me, which I gather you are, except for the bad breath, you probably love your pets and you want to take them just about everywhere you possibly can.
Well, they're family members.
And let's say you were going to get married, hypothetically, or practically. Wouldn't you want your pet to be there, your dog to be there with you? Maybe even a ring bearer.
Yeah, part of the wedding
Part of the ceremony.
Yes.
And this is exactly what Kristen Hedrick has in mind. She's with the Morrisanimalinn, which is in Jersey, Morristown, Jersey. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Very good. So tell us what you do. You're sort of a wedding concierge for dogs?
Yes, that is correct. So we started offering a wedding chauffeur and concierge service for weddings in our area.
And what does that exactly mean?
Sure. So what we can include with that is a spa day preparation for the pet in our grooming salon. So while the bride is getting pampered and pretty, ready for her big day, we can do the same for their pet. So we get them all ready, photo ready for the big day, and then we transport them safely with a professional handler in tow to the wedding venue.
Yeah, and I got to admit, when you're getting married, you're kind of always thinking about all the things that are going on, and you're juggling a lot of balls, and including the fact that you're getting married. So it's kind of, to have to worry about the dog is kind of overwhelming. So you actually have a personal handler which will take care of the dog that day?
Absolutely. It's a lot of peace of mind for the bride. There's no need to worry about finding a family member or a friend to bring and look after their pet on the big day, or what could be worse is maybe asking someone who's not invited to tag along. So that's kind of where we step in and really just give that peace of mind that we're there to really just solely be looking after the pet for the day.
Sure. How popular is this service?
It's been very popular. We started advertising this and putting it into use towards the end of last year, I would say about fall, and we've had a lot of interest, a lot of brides who are looking to go really over the top to really involve their pets in their big day. So we're getting many, many phone calls, and especially throughout this year, really booking up on different events throughout the year for the brides.
Now, is it just dogs, or have there been any other requests for any other type of animals?
It's just dogs for now, but we could always see where that takes us.
And what happens to the animal after the ceremony? Does the bride and groom take them on the honeymoon?
So again, that's where we kind of step in. The pet returns to our facility, and we provide luxury lodging accommodations and activities. So it could just be for that night, the wedding night. However, it could also be if they are going immediately onto their honeymoon. The dogs themselves get a little bit of a honeymoon vacation too. So we have that all set up and ready to go for them, depending on what they're looking for.
It's so funny. I mean, who would have thought 30 years ago that there would be jobs like this?
It's really amazing.
So what would you say the strangest request you've had?
Sure. So some of the brides have told us that they absolutely will not book their venue without the ability to include their fur baby.
Sure.
So in actually meeting with several of the venues and getting close with some of the maitre d's, they've actually had to alter some of their policies and procedures to make sure that they're accommodating these brides. And we've had the feedback from the venues saying that with a service like ours, it's made it more possible for them to accommodate these brides who are really just going over the top, and wanting the dog as the ring bearer or the dog as the flower girl. We even had a best dog, like a best man, who was up at the altar, and he actually got a little bit vocal during his mom's vows. So we were actually standing by, making eye contact. Do we need to jump in? Let us know. But the bride and the guests loved it. It was the best part of her ceremony. She loved that the dog was participating in her vows.
Oh, wow.
So you could imagine how much that meant for her. And it was a very heartfelt moment for us, too, to be able to make sure that moment happened for her.
So what's the most memorable pet in a wedding that you've ever had? That focused on the pet. A pet did something or stood out other than this dog being vocal with the vows.
Definitely. He's definitely one of the top. But I would also say we had another pair of dogs that were together for a wedding. And after the wedding, they came out, they finished the ceremony, and we were standing on the outside while the bride and groom and their bridal party set up for a receiving line. The concierge actually was standing off to the side in a side room, And somehow, because of the dogs, they really kind of stepped out and wanted to be a part of this receiving line. So we ended up having 2 dogs as part of the receiving line, kisses and all. But it was definitely a great moment.
Now, do they wear special attire?
Yes, a lot of the brides actually come with a plan, of course, in place. So they do come with special leashes and collars. They may have bow ties or little dresses. So it really could be anything from as simple as just a special collar or an elaborate outfit.
Besides just doing this, you're a spa, salon, hotel for animals year-round, which is kind of interesting in itself.
Sure. So on average throughout the year, we typically see about 100 dogs and cats per night.
Wow.
Per night?
Per night. Wow.
But that can certainly vary, especially around our holiday times, or especially, right now in the summertime, a lot of families are going on vacations. So that tends to fluctuate, but I would definitely say that we tend to see on average about 75 to 100 per night.
That's amazing.
I want to work there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun. You'll have to come visit us.
Definitely.
If people want to learn more, where do they go online?
Sure. So they can learn more about all of our services, including our wedding concierge service, at www.morrisanimalinn.com.
Wonderful. Kristen, thank you so much for hanging with us today.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for calling me.
We're going to head back to the phones for your calls, toll free at 1-866-405-8405.
You're listening to Animal Radio. Call the Dream Team now at 1-866-405-8405.
This is Glenn Close on Animal Radio, urging you to spay or neuter your pet.